Hello everyone, today we're going to be building a Craftsman style house. I hope you enjoy. The first step was to make a plan, figure out the style, and decide what color scheme I want to go with. I don't know if you see the background, but I have a lot of white builds behind me, so I decided to go with a white and brown color scheme. To figure out what kind of style house we were going to go with, I went on Pinterest and I found tons of Craftsman houses, so I decided we were going to go with the Craftsman house style. One of my favorite features of this house is that it's actually symmetrical, and something I noticed when I was searching on Pinterest for inspiration, a lot of them weren't symmetrical. Although I did add a garage to the side, which makes it not as symmetrical as I wanted it to be, but I think it looks fine. The main part is symmetrical. I think that's okay. This is the first of many houses to this neighborhood. I'm so excited to do this neighborhood. I love neighborhoods and houses, and they're just one of my favorite things to build and one of my favorite things to see. The goal for these houses were to make them like model homes, so right now they're all furnished, but in the future there probably will be a couple homes that aren't furnished because some model homes don't have any furniture. They just have like the essentials, maybe a kitchen, but other than that it's kind of bare. One of my favorite parts was to add the brick wall. Something I've seen in some neighborhoods, they have a brick wall, and I just find that part just really cute. But they also have like a wood fence, so I was so excited that I was able to add that part. One of my favorite features that I've done on a lot of the houses, and almost all the houses that I've built on the street, there's two other houses that I built, is that the front and the back look identical. If not identical, they're on like about the same level. This house might actually be one of my favorite builds on this entire world. I was staring at it for like, not like an hour, I was just staring. I had it on my computer just as a background. I was like, this house, I would live in it. I honestly would. One thing about this house is, something I wonder is how big it would be in real life, because it looks like medium size, but in real life I'm pretty sure it would be a really big house. Filling in roofs can be so satisfying. I absolutely love how the front of this house looks. I wanted to make sure there's a path to get to the driveway just in case someone comes to your house and they just park right there and they can just walk to the door. For the landscaping, I went with a clean and classic look, which suits the house. Adding the fence to the backyard was one of my favorite parts because it just made the house feel real, or the neighborhood feel real. Just added the extra bit of realism. Now time for the interior. For the inside of the build, I wanted to make sure it looked light, and I went with my favorite color to decorate, white. One thing I want to practice in the future is entryways. I feel like I go with the same style of a bookshelf and maybe a stool of some sort, but I definitely want to learn more about entryways. One thing I noticed about this house is a open-close concept house. I don't know how that makes sense, but it's very open, but it's also closed, if that makes sense. I would love to learn more about decorating interiors in general. Adding cabinets and counters is one of my favorite things to do in The Sims, so I tried to do it in Minecraft as well. One thing I wanted to do is I want to create a space for whoever lives here to have a little office area where they can do work, schoolwork, work, any kind of work, and just have a spot that they can just, maybe even to watch TV. Just use this as a spot to unwind. I just started to use Decor and I love to use a mix of Cocricot and Decor together. I feel like the items just mesh well together. There's items that are in Decor that are in Cocricot and vice versa, and I just love the combination of both. For this room, I went with a minimal design where someone can do work, sleep, and just hang out on the couch and maybe watch some TV and just have a space that's their own. Now for the kitchen. This might be my favorite room in the house, or maybe it's because I love quartz. I just love the flow and how big this kitchen is. For this kitchen, I wanted to feel like my dream Pinterest kitchen. The first thing was I had to settle where exactly the cabinets, the sinks, and everything were going to go. Since the idea was a dream kitchen, I wanted to have an area where people could sit while the other person cooks, or they can cook together. Adding the backsplash was one of my favorite parts. I love how it just made it look more like a kitchen. I did actually make the ceiling height lower. I love tall ceilings, but for this house, I just didn't think the kitchen needed a tall ceiling too. Something I had to add were plants and cookies. I love to create cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies. I love cookies in general. One thing I love to do in bedrooms is make all the furniture white and make it have light colors. Sometimes I do add a pop of color now and then, but it kind of reflects on how my room looks in real life. For the attic, I decided to make it a little storage area instead of making the whole area a bedroom, which there could have been bedrooms, so maybe if there's a renovation of any houses, this one will get the attic area turned to a bedroom area as well, but I wanted to have like a little area. Now time for the tour. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I love you so very much. Stay sweet. Bye!